How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Pilot Patriot channel. Got another fun gun review for you guys to look at today. Today we're looking at the Stoeger 3500, so don't go away. Alright guys, today we're looking at the Stoeger 3500. This is the 28-inch barrel, shoots 3.5 inch down to 2 3/4. One problem most people have with a duck gun like this is it cycles the heavy loads great, but when you move down to the lighter loads like target loads for dove hunting, it's not going to cycle them as good. You'll have trouble kicking them out just because it's made specifically for duck hunting. But you're not going to have that problem with the Stoeger. I have heard that if you have the recoil reducer in the buttstock that it takes longer to break in. I don't have the recoil reducer in today because I'm probably not going to use it. One thing they do recommend to break in the gun is you want to cycle about 100 rounds through it just to make sure you get everything loosened up and broke in good. After that, you shouldn't have a problem cycling any load that you want to put in the gun. What we're going to do is we're going to load two 2 3/4 target loads and one 3.5 inch number 2 duck load. And I'm just going to show that it'll cycle the 3 of those back to back. All right, here we go. You can see the difference on that last one. Now we're just going to try all light loads. Looks good. All right guys, now if you're paying attention, this is going to be a little sneak peek of what the gun looks like when I'm done with it. This gun is built primarily for waterfowl hunting. So if you do a lot of waterfowl hunting like I do, especially in swamps and stuff like that, your gun is likely to get wet. So just to show that to you guys, oh, that's tough to do right there. But shake her out. Works like a charm. This thing's made like a tank. All right guys, we're gonna do a little bit more shooting, have a little fun shooting some clays, and we'll catch y'all at the tabletop. Alright guys, this is the Stoeger M3500. This is their 3.5 inch Magnum waterfowl gun, and from my research, this is probably one of the best semi-automatic shotgun options out there, especially if you're a budget-minded hunter like I am. This gun retails for $6.99. I was able to get it on Arms List for $5.25, so that's a really hard deal to beat. Especially if you're a duck hunter, you know that it's really hard to find a quality hunting shotgun for under $1,000. But with this Stoeger, now we have that option. Now if you guys want to stick around to the end, I'm going to show you some really simple upgrades you can do to this gun that are going to make it even better and even closer to those higher end models that you're going to pay $2,000 for. And this shotgun is made in Turkey, and if you don't know, Stoeger is owned by Benelli, so you're getting a lot of the same quality and features that you see in those higher end Benelli shotguns. This is the 28-inch barrel version. Comes in at right around 50 inches in total length. So, and it's a pretty long shotgun, but for you duck hunters and you bird hunters out there, that just gives you a couple extra inches to really reach out there and get those birds. Now, if you don't want something quite this long, they do have it in a 26-inch and a 24-inch version. It weighs in right at around 7.8 pounds, and this particular one is in the new Realtree Max 5 camo. I think it's a really good look. It's a little bit darker tone than the Max 4. I think it looks awesome. Now we're going to get into some of the other features of the gun. One of the most important features of this Stoeger is its inertia-driven bolt system. Now this is the same bolt assembly that you're going to find on the Benellis. And the way this works is, instead of using the gases from the round to cycle the action, it uses the recoil from firing the round paired with a really heavy inertia spring that's in there to push the bolt back. Unlike the gas systems, all the gases and powder goes out the barrel instead of going back into the bolt and into the gun and getting it dirty. So because it uses this inertia system, it has fewer moving parts, it has no gas cylinders, no O-rings, no other complicated parts. So that makes for a really clean firing gun, and it's going to be a lot more reliable over the long term because of that. Now coming over here to the stock, the 3500 has a really nice recoil pad, and one thing you'll find in the Stoegers that you don't see in many other shotguns is it has a 13-ounce recoil reducer that goes back here in the stock, and that's meant to lighten some of that real heavy recoil that you get from those 3.5-inch Magnum loads. Now, I have heard that the recoil reducer works really good for those heavy loads, but they say with that in, it doesn't cycle the light loads as good. I can't really tell you for sure because I did buy this gun used and it didn't come with one, so I wasn't able to test that for you guys. It has a molded sling attachment point back here in the back. I do kind of wish this was metal, but that's nice to have. Some shotguns don't have that. It does have some pretty nice checkering on the grips. Definitely good enough for what you need it for. I do have an upgrade plan for that, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video for that. It has your standard simple cross bolt safety, and it is drilled and tapped on the top of the receiver for a weaver rail if you want to put an optic on here for turkey hunting or something like that. It also has a nice vent rib going all the way up the barrel, and it does have a steel sling swivel here on the front. It does have a red fiber optic front sight that comes stock on there. And it's pretty nice to have. It's definitely going to pick up some light, and it's going to make it a little easier to pick up that front sight when you're hunting. I'm just not a big fan of the red, so I'm probably going to swap that out, but if you guys want to stick around to the end of the video, you can see that. And last but not least, another thing in the wind column for the Stoeger is it does come with 4 choke tubes. That's right, 4. That's just another way that Stoeger is going to save you some money. You don't have to go out there and buy a bunch of extra choke tubes unless you want to. It comes with improved cylinder, modified, full, and an extra full extended turkey choke. That's what's in there right now. This gun is going to be a good buy for anybody. And I'm not even just saying it's a great gun for the money, because that kind of means that it's good for a cheap gun. This is a great all-around gun, especially with that clean Benelli inertia system. And as awesome as this gun is out of the box, because you save so much money on this gun, you can afford a few little upgrades that are just going to make it even that much better. So stick around, I'll show you what I have planned for this gun. Alright guys, now I've done some really cool upgrades to this shotgun. And most everything you can find on Amazon, you can find a link in the description below. The first thing you've probably heard me say before, but I believe every shotgun should have a good sling. This is just a Max 5 camo sling from Outdoor Connection. Another thing you'll see on a lot of higher end shotguns is they'll have upgraded grips. And I got a really simple upgrade to show you guys for that. I just got some black rubber grip tape online and cut it to size following the same shape that was already molded into the grips. I did the same thing up here on the fore end. You can see it on the sides and the bottom there. Both of those are just going to give you a little bit better grip on the shotgun. And it also gives it a really cool look. If any of you are familiar with like the Remington Versamax or some of the higher end Benellis, you'll see this type of grip on all of those. And it not only improves your grip, especially if you're waterfowl hunting, your gun is likely to get wet, as you saw earlier in the video, but it also really improves the looks of the gun. And down here on the barrel, like I said earlier in the video, I didn't like that red fiber optic that was on here. Because if you're doing waterfowl hunting like I am, you're going to be in a lot of low light situations, and I feel like you can pick up this green better. You can probably even tell right now it's glowing pretty good in the sunlight. And like I said, this shotgun does come with choke tubes, but if you want something just a little bit better, I went with the Carlson's waterfowl choke tubes. They came in a pack of 2, one mid-range and one long-range. Those are really great chokes. I probably will do a video on those, so make sure you look for that. But take a look at this, guys. I got this shotgun for $500, and to look at it, to feel it, to shoot it, especially after the upgrades, it really competes with those higher end models. And I think what you end up with is a really high quality, reliable shotgun. And I wouldn't hesitate to put the Stoeger 3500 up against any $2,000 shotgun on the market, especially in the swamps. And I hope y'all like what you saw. Make sure you go over and check out my defensive shotgun reviews. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.